What is up? Welcome to Just Offside, the weekly MLS show where we take your comments and talk about them. My name is Louie, and before we get into this week's episode, we really wanted to take the opportunity to apologize to all of our subscribers because we have been off the air for about 4 months. And for those of you who had been following us up until that point, the MLS playoffs were just heating up. We were starting to put out some of our best episodes, but unfortunately, we went ghost for 4 months. The reason that is that here at the channel, we had to go through a couple of personal things, and we needed to take a step back. And we wanted to reassess what we were doing, but we are back, and we are here, and we have a lot of new content in the works, a lot of new ideas we're cooking up, so make sure you subscribe, make sure you're following us on Instagram, at Trebl Soccer, so you never miss out on all the cool stuff we have coming your way. And we also want to hear from you. We understand there's not many of you who subscribe to us, but the few that do, let us know, how can we make our shows better for you? What can we do that's different that could make it better for you guys? Let us know. We also just want to apologize to the people who commented on the last episode that we did. So shout out to Alan Rose, I Don't Care, Matthew Smith, Jake, Jordan Notzelman, and Ben Righam. Thank you guys so much for your comments. Hopefully we didn't lose you guys as subscribers, and we really hope you guys continue to watch. Again, we do apologize for being off the air, but shout out to your comments. We're putting them up right here, right now. The MLS is back, baby! Oh yeah! I am pumped. A brand new season of the MLS is underway, and let's not waste any more time. Let's jump right into it. Philadelphia versus Toronto FC. This game was crazy good. You had a Giovinco-less Toronto FC, and you had a Philadelphia Union with their shiny new DP and Marco Fabian. And this game just had everything. So much drama, good goals, iffy penalty calls, weird refereeing. This game kind of had a little bit of everything to it. Michael Bradley, the internet's favorite whipping boy, broke the deadlock and actually went on to score 2 goals for Toronto FC as they beat the Philadelphia Union 3-1. And by doing so, he has scored more goals in one game than he has in the past 3 seasons put together. So maybe those internet people do have a point. On the other side, Philadelphia probably isn't too happy about how the game ended up. It was a much tighter affair than the 3-1 scoreline would kind of indicate. Philly had some good chances, there was some weird refereeing like I said, but overall I think Philly should be a little bit happy about how the game went. Marco Fabian got on the score sheet, he looks sharp, he's an exciting player, so overall I think Philly should be happy with how their team played, but just maybe not how the game ended up. Also, doesn't Marco Fabian sound like he should be starring in like a telenovela or a soap opera or something? I could just see it now. Marco Fabian starring in... I don't know the names of any telenovelas or anything, so. Overall, Toronto FC definitely should be very happy about the win as well. After a very tumultuous 2018 season, they did get a win. And despite all of the issues that they've been having off the field with Giovinco and their ownership and everything like that, this is a good statement win, and it's a good way to start 2019 on the front foot. But Toronto supporters, let me know, how are you feeling about this season? Are you mad at your ownership about how they handled the Giovinco situation? Or are you glad that he's gone to open up space for some of the new young guys? How excited are you about this 2019 team? Let us know. And Philly, how excited are you for your new telenovela star, Marco Fabian, to be on this team? What excites you the most about this team? Moving along to the game that I thought was the most bonkers game of the whole weekend in LAFC versus the Sporting Kansas Cities. Before we even get to the game, I really just need to talk about LAFC's support. You guys are nuts. You guys make that stadium bounce and jump, and you truly support that club 90 minutes completely. None of you sit down, you're always up and singing, and it must just be so intimidating to see it. But what I love about it is that it just shows that American supporters really do know how to get behind their team. It's just incredible to watch. It is so great to see the support that LAFC has been able to put together in just over a year in existence, really. It's just amazing to see clubs like LAFC and even Atlanta putting together these massive showings from the crowds. And I mean, on one hand, you want to almost like congratulate the clubs for instilling the support, but I know that it's more about the supporters who are creating an atmosphere that makes other supporters want to join in. So kudos to you guys. You are doing a phenomenal job. Anybody out in LAFC, hit me up. I want to interview you. We want to talk about what's going on in LAFC. Send us a message, comment down below. Now on to the game. Like I said, the atmosphere was electric, and the game reflected that. Both teams were looking for that first statement win of the season to kind of set the tone for the rest of the season. At the beginning, it looked like Sporting Kansas City was coming out with the better chances. Honestly, LAFC supporters are probably so pissed off at the ref for getting involved in the build-up that led to Sporting KC's goal. Diego Rossi gets the ball and he makes a pass to Lee Nguyen to kind of relieve the pressure. All of a sudden, ref hits it. The ball ends up at the foot of a Sporting Kansas City player, and they're able to build a counterattack that Namath can score off of. This was just plain interference by the ref. He wasn't even paying attention to the ball. He didn't get out of the way. I just don't like how that happens, and it seems like refs, I just don't like it. I think something needs to be changed. Either you stop play or you try to make a better effort of jumping over the ball. I don't know, but you negatively impacting the play like that really isn't helpful, dude. But that shouldn't take anything away from the counterattack goal that KC scored. It was very good. Good play, decisive passing, and Namath finished it. It was a good goal, so I don't want to take anything away from that. I'm just saying the situation probably should have never happened. Now, there are also a couple iffy calls in this game. I believe that Fontaine did handle the ball. It should have been a pen for LAFC, was not given, and so LAFC still found themselves down 1-0. Luckily for them, they have a young Uruguayan in Diego Rossi, who, through his agility and skill, was able to pick up the ball in the wing, cut across in front of goal, and just bend the ball right around KC's keeper to equalize it and make it 1-1. But the fun wasn't over. This game was getting really chippy, and Espinoza, already on a yellow, commits a unnecessary foul and gets himself sent off. And now, with a little under 10 minutes to go, LAFC are up a man, and in the dying seconds, the dying embers of this game, Diomande takes the ball from his own wing player, turns, cuts, and just buries the ball into the back of the net in the 94th minute. And that stand behind that goal, it sounded like it exploded. I am not an LAFC supporter. I'm not anything like that. But it's just amazing to see the effect that that goal had on that crowd and what the effect that crowd had on the game. Overall, phenomenal game. But LAFC supporters, how excited are you about this season? Could you possibly replicate Atlanta's success in your second season? Or is that too much to think about? Does LAFC currently have any glaring weaknesses that need to be addressed? Sporting Kansas City supporters, how are you feeling after this game? How are you feeling about 2019 as a season overall? Your team were Western Conference finalists last year. It's a very talented squad. Is there something missing from your team that can maybe propel them to that MLS Cup final level? Let us know in the comments below. Moving along to the game that I think most people were putting as the highlight of the weekend, DC United hosting the defending MLS Cup champs Atlanta United. And despite all the hype, Atlanta threw up a massive stinker. DC United seemed to be all over Atlanta the whole game, really. Paul Arriola, man, this dude was everywhere. His energy was nuts. His tenacity was crazy. He was making runs and pressuring Atlanta's defenders left and right. And in my head, I was like, this guy is gonna score. There's no way he's not going to score. The amount of work he's putting in. And lo and behold, Paul Arriola gets one in for DC United. Weirdly enough, Atlanta were the only MLS team to be shut out over the opening weekend. That's right. Every other team in MLS scored except for the defending champions who scored so many goals last year. What is up with that? Honestly, I've been on social media over the last couple days, and you Atlanta supporters might need to calm down a little bit. I'm seeing people calling for Frank de Boer's head, and he's coached a total of 3 games for your club. So I don't know what it is about you guys. I understand you just won a championship, but maybe settle down? I don't know. I just think like it's way too early to be calling for a dude's head. Overall, your squad is still probably the best one on paper. You have a Copa Libertadores winner in Pity Martinez who just joined your team. You still have the king and Josef Martinez up front. I just think settle down. Also, you guys have lost the 2 season openers the previous 2 seasons, and you still ended up doing okay. So all I'm saying is, Atlanta United fans, take a chill pill, relax a little bit. Everything's going to be okay in the end. But back to DC United. What does this season have in store for you guys? What is your ceiling? What is a full season of Wayne Rooney going to look like? I mean, when you look at it on paper, you have 3 of the most exciting prospects in the MLS in a way. Wayne Rooney, Lucho Acosta, and Paul Arriola. Just how far can this DC team take it this year? And Atlanta United supporters, do you seriously want Frank de Boer gone? Or will he stun everybody and bring the MLS Cup back home to where it belongs, Magic City, for another round of strippers' booties? Let us know in the comments below. Moving along to our next game, we had the Seattle Sounders versus New Boys FC Cincinnati. And ladies and gentlemen, Jordan Morris is back. Jordan Morris scored 2 goals in the win over Cincinnati, and This is great to see for a player who had to come back from such a terrible injury that a lot of people were starting to write him off a little bit. This is a statement game from him, and I'm so happy to see him back firing on all cylinders. And last year's catalyst for the midseason turnaround, Raul Ruidiaz scored one late to make it 4-1. On one hand, Seattle just looked very convincing, and we got to remember that this is FC Cincinnati's first game in the MLS, but then again, they did score a goal. I'm looking at you, Atlanta. So it is something to celebrate. But FC Cincinnati supporters, what are you expecting out of this season? Is it just a big party because you're finally a part of the MLS? Or do you have actual playoff aspirations? I do hear there's a brand new DP coming. Also, sorry, I got a bone to pick with FC Cincinnati and Adidas and the MLS. How are you guys gonna do my boy Greg Garza so dirty like that, saying there are no more long sleeve jerseys? You know Greg only plays in long sleeves. That's just some bullshit. Also, how are you guys feeling about the fact that Adidas and MLS couldn't even be bothered to give you guys real jerseys, and you have to settle with a templated kit that's a replica? Not exactly the best look. Moving along to Portland versus Colorado. The coldest game in MLS history. If you saw this game on TV, the whole field was covered in snow, and they legitimately had to clear the lines, and it looked like just the funniest thing. It was like what you would do here in New England if you wanted to play some footy and it had just snowed. You would literally just clear the line so you knew where it went out. Like, we've done that when we played pickup, but I never expected to see it in a professional game. The ref had like icicles formed on his eyebrows. It looked awful for anybody involved. I will say I thought the game was a little bit meh, and I didn't really pay too much attention to it. But what I found interesting about this game is that some people on Twitter were talking about how, and then there's people saying that we should switch to the European calendar. It was something along the lines of like, don't they realize that this is going to happen much more often if we do that? And then Eric Wijnaldum, I believe, with the best response ever was, if given the chance, would you rather play in 30-degree weather or 110-degree weather? And I just thought, oh shit! Because like, think about it, 110-degree weather, you are dying, it is hot, you are literally going to be exhausted. If it's cold, you can run and heat your body up. But let me know, what do you guys think? Should the MLS adopt a European-style calendar? And before you guys start talking too much about the whole winter thing, realize that the Bundesliga has a break in the winter to allow for the worst period of the winter to kind of pass, and the Prem is actually adding a winter break as of next year. So it is possible to do so. I think we should adopt the European calendar. Oh, yeah, as for Colorado and Portland, you guys, let us know, what are you expecting from your teams this year? Portland looked pretty great last year. They were my pick to win the MLS Cup final. Unfortunately, Atlanta did pull that win out. But Portland Timber supporters, I'm still with you this season. You guys look good. Those new kits look wavy, and I'm excited to see what you guys produce on the pitch. So let us know, guys, how are your teams going to do this year? Moving along to our next game, LA Galaxy versus the Chicago Fire. There was so much going on in LA this weekend in terms of soccer. The LA Galaxy unveiling a brand new statue for David Beckham right before the opener against the Chicago Fire. And we did cover this topic in an upcoming episode of our podcast, Culture FC, which we'll leave a link in the description below. Watch out for that episode. It should come out tomorrow, Wednesday, March 6th. Basically, what I want to know is, should the MLS and the LA Galaxy have given David Beckham a statue? Did he deserve it? Let us know in the comments. As for the game, the Galaxy really kind of came out sloppy. A terrible pass from one of their defenders back to the keeper or to the defender. I don't even think he knows where he was passing that ball. Honestly, just gifted the Chicago Fire a very easy goal. The defense was sloppy, it was unaware, it was just a terrible pass. And luckily, the Galaxy were able to pull one back through their 16-year-old phenom Alvarez with a beautiful bit of skill and a nice little chipped cross in for a header before Zlatan came in and sealed the win for LA Galaxy. And what was really interesting about LA Galaxy this weekend is that it was almost as if they were honoring their past, present, and future. They had the statue for David Beckham in their past. They had their present star in Zlatan Ibrahimovic on the field with the captain's armband, and they have their potential future star in Alvarez doing bits on the field. So it's really good to see that from the Galaxy. But Galaxy supporters, how excited are you for this season? How many goals will Zlatan Ibrahimovic score? I actually think he's going to be the leading goal scorer for the MLS this season. What about you? How many goals will he score? Just how far can this LA Galaxy team go? Chicago Fire, are you guys just going to have a repeat of last year? Is it too early to say? How is your team looking? Those red kits, pretty nice. And what do we have here? The New England Revolution actually spending money on an offensive DP? And that DP scores a goal? And Brad Friedel says that there might be 2 more DPs coming? What backwards world are we living in where this is the revolution? Like, I was so taken aback by these things that I'm starting to allow myself a little bit of excitement. Sure, it was a 1-1 draw, the game was boring, but Carles Gil actually scored his first goal. I get it, shouldn't put too much stock into one game, and this really could just fall by the wayside very quickly. We know that, especially when it comes to the Revs. As of right now, I'm holding on to a little bit of hope. Are you? Other New England Revolution supporters, let me know. Are you excited about this team? What can Brad Friedel do? Also, who are these DPs? Who are you thinking we're going to get? FC Dallas. When are you guys going to get fans? Will people actually stop going to high school football games to maybe watch a professional soccer team? Who knows? Let me know in the comments below. And the Columbus Crew were saved! Yeah! Let's go! But they drew the New York Red Bull 1-1. So that's pretty much it. And guys, there were a lot of other games this weekend. Just don't have enough time to cover all of them. But let us know, how excited are you for your team's future? Orlando City supporters, are you excited to have Nani on the team? Minnesota United supporters, how excited are you to be going to Allianz Field? I'm excited for you. That place is beautiful and it looks like it's going to be an awesome venue for your supporters. Whitecaps, you guys look like you have a brand new team from scratch. You have as many new players as FC Cincinnati does, and they're the expansion team, and you've been around for quite a while. How excited are you guys about your chances this year? Leave those comments. Let us know what you think about your team. We'll feature them next week. We'll make them pop up. We'll talk about them. So yeah, I think that's it for me today. Like I said, leave those comments. Let us know how we can get better. Let us know what we could do on the show to be more entertaining. We really do have a bunch of stuff coming down the pipeline, so we really appreciate it if you could subscribe and join us again. I know we messed up. We were gone for 4 months. There were a lot of you who commented and even asked on our Instagram, why did you guys stop making videos? And we are back. We are re-energized. We have a lot of new ideas coming down the pipeline, and we are so excited to share them with you. So please subscribe, hit that like button, comment below, and we really appreciate it. We'll catch you guys again next week, and be ready because there's a lot of cool stuff coming.